Hello and
Hello.
welcome to Painting Happy Little Minis. My name is Leona. I'm one of the Game Trade Media video editors, and today I have with me Jeff Hall and Dave Taylor. Woohoo! Thank you guys for joining Hobby Hangout, another episode where we come together from our respective places and paint the night away.
That's right.
Our homes away from home.
Yes,
Yes. Our homes.
Very good. You may notice that Gretchen is not with us this evening, and that's partly because she had some pet things to attend to in terms of her kitten, I believe, or her dog. I can't remember. But, she needed to make sure that they were doing well, and so later on she sent me some pictures of her frost giant, so we'll take a look at those. So people who were, and I will announce the winner when we do that as well. But anyway, let's stop talking shop and start saying hi to everybody.
Start talking shop.
Yeah. So hello, Jeff. How have you been since we last seen you?
I have been well. Things have been progressing along. We're now full on trying to get the gaming room back open to games and stuff. So
Awesome.
We're hoping to get that done for mid-July. And yeah, it's a lot of work. We turned it into a giant warehouse, stockroom, eBay store, online store, everything. So now we have to find places to put all our stuff. So that's what I've been doing all week in the heat, running to our storage unit and moving stuff and installing new shelving, and it's been crazy.
Yeah, that makes sense. For those who might not know, Jeff Hall is the operations manager at Games and Stuff, which is a local board game hobby store in the greater Baltimore area. So yes, I can imagine that this new transition is exciting, but also
yes. I'm very excited to hopefully, have the game room back open this summer and people coming back in to play and hang out and hobby and everything else. So
yeah,
exciting.
Good
Excellent.
stuff. And how about you, Dave? How have you been?
Good. Yep.
Since last we chatted.
Yep. Last Friday, the Art of Kickstarter wrapped up.
Yeah, very good.
Very
good
cool.
Job.
Very excited. We had over 1,400 backers.
That was crazy when I got your final email, and I was like, wow.
No, absolutely awesome. It means we're going to be able to print a lot of books and have them available in distribution. So you've got to pick them up from stores like.
Absolutely. We have both other books. Actually, we just sold our last terrain book. We have to order more, but Armies, Legions, and Hordes on the shelf. So
Nice.
So yeah, very excited about that. This week was I spent talking with the artists and just catching up with them and talking with them after the hustle and bustle, the roller coaster ride of the Kickstarter. See where they're all at. Everybody's happy and excited and working on their text, writing updates.
And like the 13 extra pages they now have to write. 16. Oh, excuse me.
Trying to get the extra value in there. But they're all fine with that. There's plenty of material. I mean, when I was talking with Christoph during the campaign, Christoph Kyle, he was like, Dave, I could do like 150 pages. And I said, hang on, let's not get ahead of ourselves.
I love that enthusiasm, but let's dial down a notch.
112 is going to be great. 112 is going to be awesome. Very excited about that. So yeah, lots of working on that and getting the graphics ready and starting to work on the pledge manager and all that sort of all the fun little moving parts in the sort of behind the scenes.
Sure,
it's been my week. Of course, on last Saturday. I decided after the Kickstarter, to treat myself by going down to Games and Stuff and picking up a copy of.
Yay!
So I got that, and
I too have one of those.
Amazing. I think I'm going to be working on a Soulblight Gravelords team tournament army for Adepticon next year.
Nice.
With 3 other friends. Jeff Jenkins, friend of the show. and a couple other friends, Damon Drescher and Dave Powers. So it's going to be fun to mess around with that over the next
year.
9 months.
Okay.
11 months? Yeah, the next year.
Cool.
Adepticon is next year.
Same time, like April, March, April-ish?
I think it's the end of March, last weekend of March, kind of thing. So somewhere around there. So it should be fun. We're going with the Virkos bloodline, which is Radukar and Belladama and all the fantastic. Oh yeah,
He's there.
As the team captain, I get to take Radukar the Beast.
You get the big one.
The big version. Yeah, so it's going to be pretty cool. So I'm going to be popping down to games and stuff on Sunday morning to pick up Radukar as well.
Nice.
Yes, Radukar, Belladonna, Kriza, all of the other vamps and direwolves have arrived.
Yeah,
just in tiny quantities.
Yeah, that's where you're going to get there.
Not our fault. I ordered lots, but
Yeah.
supply chains are still busted in this COVID
world we live.
End of COVID world.
We haven't made it to the beyond times yet.
Yes, exactly.
It's still late. That's good. I like that.
For the Turing times. Yeah.
Real quick, I just wanted to say hello to people who have been commenting in the chat. So hello to Josh Potter and Sumkey and Kat. Good to see you, Kat. Thanks for joining. Hi, Gary and Dave. Howdy.
Excellent.
And Jason. Hello. And also James.
Excellent.
Yes. I'm not surprised about the Kickstarter success. If Dave's name is attached to it, it will be a quality product. Hooray.
Indeed. Thank you very much, Kat. Yep. I'm very excited. Hey, JP.
Oh, also hello to JT. Thanks for joining. If you are watching and you haven't said hello, let us know that you're watching. It's always fun to see who's in the chat. Josh Potter said, so I'm digging dirt so I can install a shed over the weekend. It's not painting.
No, think of it as a really large conversion, though.
Exactly.
Yep, you're converting your backyard.
Yes.
Well, it sounds like maybe wherever you are will be better because Maryland's Memorial Day is going to be like 50 degrees and rain all weekend.
Really?
Yes, it's going to be a terrible Memorial Day weekend.
No, don't tell me that, Jeff. Now I'm looking it up. Memorial.
It's going to be super warm. It's going to be 95 degrees.
And sunny.
No.
Oh, that's so sad.
Oh,
well. I guess you'll just have to stay in and paint. You're mini.
I'm going to a restaurant for the first time in a year on Sunday because it's my son's 12th birthday on June 1st, and he has chosen the melting pot. So we're going fondueing on Sunday. The first big restaurant venture. Now that we're all vaccinated and all.
Yay!
So
That's awesome. JT said, I'll be at the beach starting tomorrow.
good.
Jealous.
Yep.
Dave says, no, the sun is here. All of it.
It
just lives in Arizona. That's where the sun of the is. Also, hello, John. Thanks for joining. And apparently it's going to rain up there too. Yep. 2 tears on the rain. But that's okay. We can enjoy inside like we have been.
Inside activities like painting. We get more stuff.
Speaking of painting, what are you guys painting this evening?
Right now I'm finishing up a Vargeist that I've been putzing away with for many moons, so I'm going to add him to my vampire Gravelord army and see where I get with him, and then maybe throw some paint on some other guys while various shades are drying.
Right.
Jeff, you've had an undead army of some kind for a long time now.
It was my absolute very first fully painted Warhammer army from 20 plus years ago.
Wow.
So yeah, I've just slowly added more and more and more, and yes, it's a lot. I have a lot of undead and a lot of chaos. That's my big thing. I try not to make everyone ill, but like if you can see over there on that table is a huge pile of night haunts that I've been refacing and getting ready with additional undead fun. So
nice.
Lots and lots of undead.
Very good.
Excellent. That's
we
cool.
love the undead. Those night haunt models are cool.
Nice. Very nice.
So how about you, Dave? What are you planning on painting this evening?
This evening, I'm going to be doing some work on the big Chaos night, the Slaneshi night. So I've managed to paint sort of all of this so far.
Okay.
Everything from the feet to the top of the carapace.
A lot.
It's all
Very cool.
done there. Lots of little fun little details in there. And I was telling Jeff and Leona earlier that I tried a particular technique for creating the marbling, the big marble surfaces. The technique that I saw online and really liked, which involves taking like a baby wipe and drying it out and then stretching it and pulling it and getting the fibers to sort of run and these cool strands, and you lay it over the top of the base color that you want the veins to be.
Right.
And then airbrush it with white. That's the airbrushing motion.
Universal
Airbrushing motion. When you do that, it's an airbrush. If your hands together, it's an airbrush. If it's out like that, it's a rattle can.
Oh.
But so yeah, I tried that, but the baby wipes that we have in the house are Huggies brand, and their fibers are way too short to be able to do that. So
too good.
Yeah, just end up with little sort of chunks of baby wipe that just won't work very well. So I could have sort of gone and found some others, or bought a whole bunch of different packs of baby wipes, or had some Tesco's baby wipes sent from the UK, which are the ones that were being used in the video that I saw. But then I just was like, screw it, I'm just going to, I primed everything white, or hit it with white with the with my airbrush, and then hand painted them on. So that's what I'm going to be working on tonight. I'm going to be doing it on the little like the palanquin that is going to be sitting up the top there.
Very cool.
So I hit it with some of the like a bit of a base and some white, and now I'm getting a lot of flare from that white. But
That's okay.
painting the veins through, and I'm going to be then messing around to make it look like the panels are slightly different depths or slightly different.
Oh, okay.
Because I had to look at some marble, sort of marble slabs on Google image search, and there's a huge variety of different ways that marble can sort of present itself.
Right.
So you can get lots of areas where it isn't just white and like black or gray lines through it, that there's a lot of shade, like a lot of areas that are gray or bluish or tinted.
Right.
Way. So I'm going to sort of be using that on this approach.
Cool.
I did some terrain years ago. I'm talking like long ago. I was doing marble roofs for this like elven tower I had, and like the tower itself. I bought it at Gen Con eons ago. It's a really crazy big white thing, and the guy had made it out of wood, and he'd used like that flex stone stuff to give it like a texture and all that. But the roofs were unfinished, and I was like, well, that would look really cool with a green marble like tower roof on this big piece I have. And back then, I found the stuff it was like a spray can marble. It basically shot like a silly string out to make a marble like effect on things. So
Wow.
you spray the base color, and then you have this other can, and it sprays out like almost like a silly string to like splatter on there to be like the marble effect. And
Wow.
surprisingly, it looks really good.
That is surprising. It sounds like the most ridiculous thing ever.
Yeah.
I'm
I still have pictures of said. I'd used that terrain in a battle a while back. I'm trying to remember if I saved that picture or not. It was a cool idea, like some of these crazy can things they sell to do textures and different things at the Home Depot or wherever, like that you can find.
Did the string dry a certain color?
And then it kind of like pastes itself to it, and you're left with this like pretty cool marble effect.
Excellent.
That's awesome.
I was going to say hi to Mel. Mel's watching from the UK.
Hello.
Excellent. He said you and your posh baby wipes.
Yeah, that's what I said. I was like, they're high quality.
Well, that's the thing. I was saying to Leona and Jeff before, I don't know whether it's because mine are higher quality or lower quality, so I don't know which way to go to buy the baby wipes that I need.
That's fair.
But yeah. Dave almost says he's organizing paint and table and tools, just organizing and cleaning today because his office looks like mine and he wants it to look like Jeff's. It's going to take you a lot more than a day if it looks like mine. I will admit that I have, on many occasions, thought of inviting Jeff over to help me organize.
I keep thinking about making it a business. Maybe I should just try to, I do have the picture. Leona, I'm going to send you this picture
Okay,
of this
cool, yeah.
crazy terrain piece, and you can...
Yeah.
That's awesome.
But Kat says that, yes, that paint is actually still available.
Oh, gosh.
You can still get that. That's pretty cool.
If you pull out the sprayer part of the rattle, it can cause the paint to spurt. Makes sense.
Send it large so it looks good on the stream. All right, Leon, I emailed it to you.
Okay, cool.
Mel says Huggies are posh. There you go. I need to downgrade then. But Mel, you can grab a pack of baby wipes from Tesco's and send them to me.
But like expedite that.
This one's almost done. It'll be for the next project. I don't have like any sort of burning need for them after this, but it'd be handy to have some ones that I can just tear apart and it'll actually work for this technique. But yeah, I am going to be doing it by hand. So it worked out pretty well on these. Let me see if I can find a good surface to show. Let's try it. Like that. And one of the
that
other
looks good. I like you said, the gradation and the like shading of the different panels and things.
Yeah.
It's not just like lines.
Yep. And one of the other things that I've done as well for it is put little flecks of gold kind of streak through it. Because sometimes you get that kind of
right.
a little bit of like iron pyrites or something like that through the marble. So it has that nice little thing. Mel said he's going to grab me some from Aldi. If it's from Aldi, I can grab an Aldi from Aldi.
Okay, here's your picture,
So,
Jeff.
Can you blow it up? Does it blow?
Yes.
Yep.
You see how the marbling worked?
Wow.
Yeah.
That's impressive.
And you have Patrick's belly in the picture too, so that looks great. Yeah. One more game. But see how the tower's really cool, like this crazy big giant like keep.
Yeah. That looks great.
It really does look like marble. That's awesome.
Very nice.
That's funny how that all worked.
Okay.
Also, hello to Chris Korka. Thanks for joining.
Hey, Chris.
JT saw a tutorial by Next Level Painting where he did the marbling by hand pretty well.
Excellent. Next Level Painting, that's Kenny, isn't it? I think it's Kenny. Very cool. Nice. And what else we got? JT saying he's taking a break from the Silent King and working on some Death Guard Plague Marines. Nice. They're always good. It's good value.
Dave, I tried to sell your army like 3 times. All these people keep oohing and on in the case, and I'm like, I'll sell that to you. Like, and then
please don't. Yep, they're an army I want to keep. I think I wouldn't like to sell them. Wouldn't like to sell them at all.
Your Plague Hauler Rhino concoction is probably everyone's like most favorite thing. Everyone loves that vehicle.
Excellent. That's cool. That's fun. What did Jason saying? He fell into a painting funk. Finished up a WizKids Magus, but somehow lost motivation to paint. Hoping to be inspired tonight by watching. Fingers crossed. Sometimes it is good to take a break, though. Check out the basing.
Be inspired by my polar bear, which is all overblown on camera. But you can kind of see I was putting brown on the bottoms of his arms.
Oh, cool. Yeah.
To I don't know.
Some shading underneath there.
Do something a little different. And now it's just basically one flat white color, and I'm kind of trying to figure out if I should put something else on there because the texture of the fur is really intense.
Right. Yeah. Really do something.
I'm not sure. What I think I might do is end up ruining it, but that's okay. It's a journey.
Yeah. Cool. Jason says usually the store brand products work best for crafting and effect stuff. So I'm guessing talking about Tesco's or Aldi brand.
Right. Don't buy the name brand.
Yeah.
Don't buy name brand.
And Jason also says 23 skulls. Is that how many you counted on my model? I think there are. What do we got? We got 11, 12. I don't know how many are on here. You could be pretty close, actually. Nah, no. It's more like 30. Excellent. And oh, those are the ones you want. Just try them on the radiator first. That's what I did with the other ones. Did with the just obviously too good. Chris says, nice night. Is that the one for the NOCF? Yeah, this is the one for the Nova Open Charitable Foundation. So that I think tickets probably go on sale beginning of July is when they usually do it. But yeah, I've got to have it finished up for next week and get the miniatures, get the photos off to them. Daryl from KR Multicase is providing a case for it. So, but they're sending that directly to me so that I can then pack it up and send it off to Laurie at the Nova Open, which would be cool. Chris, all of his Holy Orders stuff that he's been posting in the group from for the Infinity models.
Yes.
They're the ones that he's donating to the Nova Open Charitable Foundation. So it looks super cool. Very nice.
Very excited
Yep.
for that event.
Excellent. Yep.
Also, the white makes the fur bearable.
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 All bearable. Yep. Excellent. I probably should do some painting then. Yeah.
Yeah.
Painting anything for 25 minutes. It's terrible.
Yes, Jason, maybe our painting can help inspire you.
We have to do something.
But first, we have to paint.
Yep. Excellent.
I don't understand this comment. They do need
190,000 more? Do you mean I need 190,000 more baby wipes? 190,000 more skulls? Or maybe this year the Nova Open Charitable Foundation will raise $190,000. Last year it was like 148, I think.
Oh, that's what it is.
So
Yeah.
could be that. Yep, the NOCF. Yeah. Cool.
Hello, Johnny
Hey, Johnny.
Jr.
Johnny Smith.
Hey, John.
Excellent.
Oh no! In my talking, I just got brown all over his
The rump?
side.
Okay. It reminds me of a joke about the bear asking if something stuck to the fur of the rabbit. So we'll move on.
Ah! Okay,
Let's not go with that.
cool. I feel like Leona's reaction to my joke is to just grin and bear it. Ah, bear it. Ah. If that was meant to be a pun, that was even better. So if you guys are painting anything right now or in the process, some people have already told us in the chat, but let us know what different projects you're working on.
Yep. Good. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take this
I'm gonna
panel
switch to
first.
you.
Oh.
Yeah.
Curses.
Curses.
I don't know if anybody remembers a time when I didn't have this crazy ring light here. And whenever I held something up to the camera, it was just a silhouette.
Yes, I do remember that. So I'd rather have overexposed.
Now it's just flaring out. So I'm going to I'll take some photos during the thing and send you the photos.
Okay. That sounds good.
Hopefully that'll show.
Were you going to talk about the parts first? Just
Yeah,
to
basically,
explain a little bit.
So what I did with the little these areas that I'm painting up as marble was I sprayed them white with the airbrush, and then I gave them a sort of a very light sort of pass through with a mix of white and coal black from Privateer Press.
Cool.
And that basically just to lay down an area where I could then go and paint the veins in. So in those areas, in those sort of areas between any veins or in just little panels, I'm going in and mixing up a little bit of coal black with the white to put like a slightly different base color in, just to provide a little bit of variety across the panel.
Okay.
A lot of sort of going back and forth, mixing in a little bit more white, a little bit more coal black back and forth. I'm not particularly good at blending, like wet blending paints, which gives you a very smooth sort of finish.
Right.
A lot of my layering is done by feathering, so it's lots of little strokes towards the end. So visually, from this distance, it all blends together. But when you like look at it up close, you can see the brush strokes.
You can see we're cheating. No, I'm just joking.
Cheating? Blending is cheating. It's magic. It's some sort of crazy magic sort of thing.
Magic.
But yeah, it's tricking the eye. I guess it is an illusion. But
oh, Sean said that I should add a lot of water to the area and soap it up with a brush. I think you were talking about my brown.
The brown,
potentially.
Yeah,
I actually just painted over it.
Yeah, often if you hit something wet, just grab another brush, wet it, and just try to swipe it off.
Okay.
Yeah, it's definitely a good idea, Sean.
Now there's a paint on top of it.
Dave, is Nova happening this year in person or not?
The Nova Open event is not happening. It was basically in March that they had to make the call on that, and it was sort of before the big sort of or I guess just during / early stages of the big vaccination push. So it looked like September still wasn't going to be a good time for large gatherings. So unfortunately, this year they've had to cancel the event. But as I mentioned, like last year, given that there wasn't an event, the charitable raffles went really well. There was lots of great stuff, and they raised almost 150,000, I think. So they're hoping to do more this year.
Kat has a question. Dave, working with epoxy resin things, like the translucent look but washes and highlighting paints don't stick well. Any advice? Like the translucent look, but washes and highlighting paints don't stick well.
One of the things that I'd suggest is spray them with a like a matte varnish. So if you've got like a clear resin piece or a clear plastic piece or something like that, if you spray it with a matte varnish, any washes that you put over it will stick to that, because basically the finish you get from the matte varnish will be like a primer coat.
Yeah, especially on a pot. Like if you've poured a resin or something, then that's definitely something. A clear plastic, like the WizKids stuff that has like the clears. The Tamiya clears work really, really well with them. Again, backwards. There's just something about the viscosity of them. They stick really well. Okay. And then they're very transparent. So this comes in blue, yellow, green, orange, and red. So like they're great for doing like the fires or the spell effects and things on some of the wizard guys, because they really pop and they stick really well to that clear plastic.
Excellent. So hopefully that helps there.
Dave
Cool.
Hummel says, when I get back to painting, it will be ...
Marines.
Marine. Chris
Hey,
Gorka
Oh.
is cooking dinner and then finishing up the last Space Wolf.
Excellent. Space Wolves are looking very cool.
Yes, I agree. Apparently, polar bears tend to have some yellow tinge to them.
They eat the yellow snow.
How? Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Sorry.
Maybe it's from
Oh,
all that Coca-Cola they drink.
I think it is. I think it is. But he says, "Oh, I was thinking white or black primers. That's just fine. It's something odd. I think I only sort of came across it sort of a couple of years ago. But, using them like a matte varnish, spray matte varnish to prime.
essentially prime. Yeah. I wouldn't think of that, but that makes a lot of sense that it works.
Yeah.
Let's see. Also, good evening, Facebook user. If you go up to the main post, there's a link that you can click that will allow StreamYard to see your account, and then we can know who you are.
Excellent.
Josh Potter says, last Space Wolf ever, Chris Gorka? Yes, his last Space Wolf ever.
Very rarely the last ever.
There will never,
Yeah.
no more. Sean said, just posted my Malifaux pet for Nekima on painting little minis. Polar bears do have black skin, so I guess nature primed them black. Yes.
And then dry brush them white. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Oops. Hi, Timothy, by the way. Hello, good evening. Thanks for joining.
What's up?
Excellent.
Oops. I'm trying to click Jason. The chat.
There we go.
Apparently, if I can check out Jason's, I will. You used a thin sepia wash in some areas. Okay, that's kind of what I was going more for, the brown tones.
Right.
I pulled out this bright yellow, and I don't know, it just made me a little afraid.
Yeah.
Like to like to try, like when Kat was like, "Oh, you could put yellow," and I'm like, "This yellow?"
Yeah.
like it's like a light brown.
Yeah, something more like a sepia kind of thing. Yeah.
No, this,
It was something like that.
okay, because it's definitely more of a brown yellow. It's like a mustardy yellow.
Yeah.
Also, hello, Roger. Thanks for joining.
Hey, Roger.
Good to see you. Also, Timothy and Roger, are you guys painting anything? Let us know. We are painting, I'm painting a polar bear. Jeff's painting a vampire, and Dave's painting marble. Marble. Nice.
Marvel.
My words
feel
were like
he's flying by, like.
Excellent.
So I'm not gonna lie, I'm not super familiar with vampires in Warhammer. What do they have, like special roles that you can do, or like special things that make them very interesting to play with?
No.
No, they're just vampires.
They're broken like you would get in like maybe other types of vampire games. They're broken down into like bloodlines, like families and things.
Okay,
They used to be bloodlines. Now they call them dynasties. Like their whole, areas that they ruled and different things. So some
Gotcha.
are very aristocratic. Some are very bestial. Some are
Very much.
knightly. Like there's the knightly order one. There's the vampire. There's the monster one with the new crazy centaur winged monster female creature.
Evangori.
Yeah, the Evangori.
Evangori dynasty.
Gotcha.
The Castelli dynasty are the sort of the knightly.
Mm-hmm.
And Raduka, who's the protagonist from Curse City. He's part of the Virkos.
Okay.
Virkos. You have to, if it's a vampire, you have to put that role in there.
Beautiful. And say it a little bit like this.
Welcome to Wolfengarn. Exactly. Otherwise, why play them?
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, yeah. Okay.
Sorry.
I'll save my Warhammer questions for later.
Dave, do you remember the grand tournament where the guy had the giant Vampire Count's army and his board played Bela Lugosi is Dead by the Bajas over and over and over again?
I do not remember that. I must admit. That sounds pretty cool and potentially quite annoying at the same time.
I think it was an LA GT that was his display board. Like he had it all set up and
nice.
Kat did inform me not the bright yellow.
The bright yellow, yes.
I've decided against that. Thank you. Also, hello, Ayumi, Lava Painter. Thanks for joining.
Excellent. Hello.
Good to see you. Also, hello to Matt. Good to see you.
Cool. Hey, Matt.
Our Lava Painter and Matt, have you guys been painting anything lately? We would like to know. Oh, Roger responded, sorry I'm late. Well, I have my Japan faction primed for Monumental. Yes. Only 36 to go.
You can do it.
You can do it. Fighting. That's good.
It's not by the end of June.
Yeah, it's good pace.
That's a challenge. I'm sure Roger can do that.
I think so. There's a lot. Timothy said, I'm working on some 15mm sci-fi from my own line of minis.
Excellent.
Very cool.
That's cool. Yeah, post some more pictures in the group, Tim.
Yeah, that's awesome. Did you sculpt them yourself? 3D print them yourself? Is that kind of how that works?
Tim has a game called Trilaterum. It's a 15 mil game, and he has his own line of minis for it that he works with some different sculptors, and they cast and 3D prints and sells the line. And that's a cool little sci-fi game, Trilaterum miniatures. Definitely worth checking out.
All right, I understand now. Thank you.
Excellent. Yep. They're definitely cool. I think
I'm looking them up so that I can see what they look like.
It's one of the things with 15 mil.
Oh, I remember these.
Yep. So you can either play smaller games like this, tables, or you can play games bigger scale games. Loads more vehicles and
they're so cute.
Kind of
They're so
15 mil. Not quite tiny.
I'm like, oh my gosh, they're so tiny.
Yeah. Definitely cool. But,
also, hello to I Wish I Was Blank. Thanks for catching us live.
Yeah.
Woo! I see you in the chat. Sorry, it's just taking me a hot second to get through it.
Excellent.
People are chatting about. Chris says, as a former Dark Angel, I'm fine with that.
Oh.
Matthew says, doing contrast paints on WizKids terrain. Nice.
Excellent.
Good stuff. Hopefully, Dave. Hopefully, he'll have them all finished by the end. They were 3D printed. Thank you. I was wondering. Lava Painter said, I finished the white.
Dijon,
thank you, from Monster Apocalypse, but today I'm resting in bed. Oh,
boo.
Hopefully you feel better. Said I'll post some pics.
Excellent.
Nice.
But yeah, lots of stuff. So bigger armies than you can comfortably do with 28 mil.
Gotcha.
So, definitely cool.
Gary says he's cooking dinner.
Nice.
Delicious.
That reminds me, I'll have to cook some dinner after. But not now.
I did some grilling today to take advantage of the beautiful weather that will be leaving us in 3 days.
So
unsurprisingly.
On Memorial Day, just remember how the grilling felt.
Yeah. Wah.
I think Monday, the actual Memorial Day, it's supposed to be nice.
Okay.
Just leading up to it,
Oh.
it's going to be kind of crap.
See, you got me all worried.
Well, I mean, tomorrow, Saturday, and Sunday are all going to be kind of blah.
Okay.
I was crying 2 tears because I thought Monday was good. I'm traveling on Monday, so like,
Okay.
it's a big deal that Monday is nice. Specifically Monday.
Cool.
Yes, for those of you who have joined and maybe not know or heard me say, I'm painting a polar bear, Dave's painting some marble, and Jeff is painting a vampire.
Let me see if I can get the right.
I can put it like this.
Yeah.
Ding, ding.
It's still flaring out. Hang on a second. There we go. A little bit better.
Okay, yeah. Oh, there we go. You can see my forehead. Nice.
So it's getting interesting there. Basically, what I'm doing, what I did first was I went through and painted kind of like maybe a 70-30 mix of the white, 70% white and 30% coal black, and painted the lines across it. Those thin lines, little sort of jagged bits. Now I'm going through and painting. I've been going through and painting those little panels that have been created in there to give them some different tones. But what I can do now that I've got that, and got some little highlights in there, is just take some straight, sort of pure coal black, which is a really, really dark sort of bluish green, and paint just little lines there, which sort of represent the deeper veins of the marble. And I sort of usually paint those in the corners where the two parts of the veins come together.
Gotcha.
Or where something splits, just to sort of accentuate that. And I just paint a little bit and paint it in the sort of in the middle of those original lines. So you got to be super thin. That's the kind of the way that I've got to do that. And
so you're painting the color blocks part, then you're going back in with the thicker lines, and then you go with the thin lines.
Okay. So I start with the kind of the thicker lines first to give me, so that I know where I'm working around.
Okay.
And sometimes when I color in those blocks, I change the thickness of the lines.
Gotcha.
So it's basically, there's a lot of evolution through it. So at the end, each of those lines won't end at the same thickness as they started, kind of thing.
I understand.
Tough.
It's kind of like you're lining, like in terms of drawing, you're like lining your lines.
Yeah.
multiple times to create. Yeah.
So sometimes you end up with a thick area where you've gone back over and you haven't followed exactly, and other times it'll be, so those thicker areas might be lighter,
right?
Because your pencil hasn't passed over it as many times. But then where they have come together, it'll be a little bit darker. So yeah, that kind of thing.
Cool. Oh, Sumkey has to go for the night. Have a good time. Thanks for joining, Sumkey.
Okay, Sumkey.
Good to see you. Have a good weekend and Memorial Day.
Yep.
Jason asks, question regarding the translucent plastic. Is there something you can apply to them to prevent paint from sticking until you are ready to paint them? A slip of a brush while painting sometimes close to it, and you lose the translucent quality.
I mean, you could try some liquid mask, but I don't know how well that would work. But that's probably a lot of work to paint over that. I mean, I think it's just keeping that like extra brush handy that's nice and wet. So if you slap some paint on it, quickly try to just clean it right off.
Yep. I think for large areas, might be able to use some silly putty.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Silly putty around it. If I leave that some like poster tack, blue tack kind of stuff, might work. Possibly just wrapping some little bit of masking tape around it, some blue painter's tape, something like that.
Yep, Dave
So-
took my ideas. I was thinking silly putty specifically.
Yeah. Cool.
Because then you would be able to put it around, like, for example, this guy has a clear bottom. And it's not a magical effect, but it's just because he's deaf. And I did paint on the bottom, and it would be nice if I could have pushed silly putty like up right to the edge.
Yeah.
Because I'm not gonna lie, I don't want to put tape
Yeah.
there because I'm gonna be annoyed.
One of the things you could do there, Leona, as well, if you've got some paint that's gone over onto it,
Yeah,
is just
scratch it off like I'm
well,
doing.
yeah, you could scratch it off with like the edge of a hobby knife, blade of a hobby knife, or
Where's my hobby blade?
get a like a file and file it off a little bit. And if
Okay,
you end up scratching that surface and it becomes sort of matte where you want it to all be gloss, you can
Right.
just paint a gloss varnish over that area again to get back to that gloss look.
ah,
So yeah, all good.
lots of tips and tricks.
Yep.
Oh, apparently Tim said up here on in my Sunday it's going to be the high of 54.
That is good old New Hampshire weather for you there, Timmy.
Wow, I'm jealous.
Excellent.
I wish I was blank says cool to see each of you in your home shops versus working in the shared collaborative space. Yes.
Yep.
We are in the process of moving studios on sort of a shop side of things, and so we are coming together from our respective studios.
Yeah.
Personal home studios.
My basement.
Yes.
Jeff's in
It's
his
my
basement.
basement, but it's definitely my studio area.
His
Yeah.
fancy yes, we have determined Jeff has a very nice studio. Both of the
Jeff has a finished basement.
Yes, there's that.
I have an unfinished basement from 1913.
oh. What are you talking about? That was a good year.
Well, my space, it got bigger because my wife used to have a desk across from mine, but then from a year of working at home, she's like, I'm sick of the basement. I need to move upstairs so we got rid of our spare bedroom, turned that into her office so she'd have windows and things. And I got more painting space
Excellent.
and made a second table of painting area just for terrain.
Awesome.
That's awesome.
That's very cool.
Because I have a lot of terrain.
Kat says, shucks, 70s every day on the beach, sunny all weekend. Almost boring. Almost.
Almost.
Almost, but we're jealous. Ah.
That's funny.
Oh, hi, Chris Cox. Thanks for joining.
Hey,
Good
Chris.
to see you. Oh, and apparently Gary's in Texas and it's been raining and they've had other crazy weather.
And he said they had baseball size hail. Ugh.
Yep, that doesn't sound good.
Oh my goodness. Not going to Texas. Not
I guess there
going.
was some hail. Did you get the crazy storms last night in your areas?
I did actually. I was driving through that. But I didn't get hail. It was more that it was just so stormy that even on the fastest, windshield wiper, it was like I couldn't see 3 feet ahead of me because the water was so.
Yeah.
And then there was lightning too, which was also fun. And then when I drove home, because I was like driving to someone's house, then when I drove home, the fog, like the steam, started coming up off the road, which that's always fun because then it makes
It skipped the here down in southern Anne Arundel County near Annapolis until
Okay.
about 10 o'clock, and then we got hit with a crazy lightning and torrential downpour.
Okay.
But it lasted like 15 minutes and then it was gone.
Yeah, I had that around more like 9, 9, 10, 9:30. Oh, Lava Painter said a liquid mask works good for me when I work with translucent and my airbrush. So that's also, Jason, that is Ayumi's recommendation in terms of keeping translucent areas free.
Cool.
Okay, Tim posted some pictures in the Facebook group. Cool.
Excellent.
Oh, here we go. Tim also said another thing that works well is the gel Elmer's glue, because when it dries, then it's easy to pull off.
Okay. That's something I wouldn't have thought of. Very cool.
That's definitely smart. Yeah, for some reason the gel, it looks cooler, but it's actually like worse glue. Like, don't use it as a glue. It literally doesn't work.
Well, now we know it's a great
It's a great masking,
masking element. Cool.
like varnish, basically. Oh, it's going to be a high of 101 on Sunday in Arizona. Ooh.
I don't need it to be that nice. Because that moves from nice to, oh my God, what's going on?
Then you feel like you're going to bake, like it's an oven. And you're like, I am the potato. I am the baked potato. And I don't like it.
Excellent.
If you happen to have any latex, it works wonders to paint over places to protect and then peels off easily. Yeah, it's really rubbery, the Elmer's glue that Tim was talking about.
As
The
that
blue
latex
one. Yeah,
feel.
it really does. Yeah.
Cool.
I personally don't find it to be good glue to use.
Well, everything has its use.
Everything has its purpose.
Yeah. It may not be as advertised, but
Right.
like Huggies baby wipes, for example. They only work as really good baby wipes.
They made sure.
Yeah. Don't work particularly well as masking for when you're trying to airbrush marble. So one of the things that I'm working on at the moment is on the bottom part of the Harlequin, there's like a sculpt humanoid.
Oh, the guy like holding up the backside.
Oh, there we go. Cool.
So he's got check out those abs. Crazy.
Arrgh.
So yeah, I'm painting him as if he's carved out of the same marble.
What is he holding up, like a pot or something? Like a
Well, the piece at the top there is
Right.
where the
umbrella goes?
yeah. it's a weird thing to say. Yeah, that's where the umbrella goes.
But it's, it is kind of where the umbrella goes.
Where the umbrella goes. So the there's this very cool snake piece,
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Gerber, and
That's the umbrella.
that fits in.
No, that holds the umbrella, right?
Yep.
Oh.
So that sits like that in that piece there, and that holds this. So I wanted to practice the purple to sort of get it right first. So I painted the umbrella first,
Gotcha.
and that sits up underneath there, like that.
Yeah, very cool.
Nice.
Are you doing the normal Slanesh guy that sits on the throne, or did you convert something else up?
I'm using him. So where is he? Now we'll go from like blown out to. Oh no, that's good. You see in there, but I added a like a little rebreather.
Okay. So made him a little 40K compared to the fantasy side.
Yeah, but he's still very much the kind of the fantasy miniature.
Sure.
But yeah, gave him a little bit of an Immortan Joe kind of mask kind of look. So I've got him. There's I have like a Dark Mechanicus guy who's sort of standing at the front of the.
Oh, that's cool. And hopefully not broken.
Yeah. I've already broken him, but it's okay. I have a little heavy weapons servitor off to one side. who is has 2 missiles.
As
Because
you do.
the Castellan Knight has the 2 little turrets at the top and
Right.
a set of 2
Gotcha.
missiles. So if I didn't have this on top, if this wasn't sitting on top of the Knight, these missiles would be. So I wanted to incorporate them somewhere
Sure.
because you know that at some point somebody's going to go, "You don't have the missiles on there. You can't use them." And I would say, well, I don't get to say it because it won't be my model. Somebody else will have it.
You'll be like, not my problem.
But I want to make sure that it's as least like little problem as possible for.
Right.
But then I converted this. This is a battle model with some parts from the Palanquin crew, and she stands over on this side of it.
Are those feathers?
They're kind of, I'm not sure exactly. This basically supposed to mimic like peacock feathers.
Yeah.
But if you have a look at
Like the original guy kind of holding that as like a fan, right? To like fan the guy. It's like,
yep. So it has that kind of feel to it, but each of those, the tops has eyes in it.
Oh, cool.
So I'll be painting those up as eyes because it's Slaanesh and chaos and creepy.
Right.
Yep. And
I
then
knew it wasn't a feather. That's why I was like, what is that?
Yeah. So yeah, I've got those. Those are the crew on the piece.
Cool.
are there more Slaanesh Knights that go with this, or is this just a one-off centerpiece kind of thing?
That's just one-off centerpiece. Yeah. Just basically when this model as the chariot sort of came out for Slaanesh at the beginning of the year or towards the end of last year, I was like, oh, when I saw the pictures, I was like, that's fantastic. I don't put this on top of a knight just because it'll be fun. And actually, Sky Herrick from Herrick Games and Hobbies saw me talking about it and said, hey, Dave, we'll donate these pieces to you. So he sent me a couple of box sets and that to build it.
There you go.
So it's like, okay, looks like I'm doing it.
You're making it happen. So is it for them or for you?
It's for the Nova Open Charitable Foundation.
Oh, it's for Nova Open. Okay.
Yep. So it'll be raffled off in July. Well,
I understand.
July, August is when the tickets will be on sale. But yeah, lots of crazy stuff for that as well. There's a guy on the West Coast, Dan Osborne, I think he's in Oregon, who does has painted up a lot of Imperial Knights as well. He's working on an Imperial Knight with a huge slab shield and sword and doing an awesome job.
That's
so
awesome.
That's going to be definitely super cool to check out. Nice. But yeah.
Would you guys like to look at some miniatures from our group?
That would be cool. I was about to say.
Sounds very cool.
It's 8 o'clock. We should check these out.
It's time. Cool. Okie dokie. So these are from people who post in our Facebook group called Painting Happy Little Minis. And yeah, we got some really awesome pieces this week.
Oh, wow.
So this is from, and actually quite a few people who are watching, we have your pieces, which is cool. Nick Bodnar this is actually a custom figure that his buddy designed, and the studio is called Two Castle Studio.
That's wild.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Is that a frog?
Yes, I believe. Yeah.
It's that enormous sort of bullfrog kind of gullet, but yeah, that's wild. That's a great. I love the style of the stuff on that. But yeah, I'm loving the paint job as well. That sort of explorer pith helmet kind of look for the guy on the back. That great khaki color. But yeah, that red face and red gullet is just really very cool.
Chris Cox says it's a battle toad.
Battle toad. Battle toad. Jason said, "Is that the hunter from Jamal?" Quite possibly.
I think so. Yeah, no, this is looking great. I really like this one.
Looks great, Nick. Tell your buddy it looks awesome as well.
Ayumi
There
with
we
the
go.
white Dijon from Monster Apocalypse.
Excellent. And that's got some got that translucent.
Yeah, here we go.
Yeah, the crazy little the King Kong axe thing.
Yep. Yeah, that looks very cool. I think you've done an awesome job there, Amy. Really bringing out the character in that face. Just that snarl is just awesome. But yeah, I love the range of colors that you've got through
the
through
fur.
yeah. There's a little bit of there's a greenish tint. There's a orange. There's the yellow, obviously the bone, bit of white. But yeah, really nice.
Almost like a peach color.
Peach, yeah.
Yeah, I'm really liking that the fur is multicolored, but uniform. So,
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks really good. Good job.
Super cool. Awesome work.
And you always have to love a hot pink icicle axe thing.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
Gotta love it.
My weapon of choice. When I'm a 50-foot tall gorilla.
Exactly. Yeah, no, it's looking really good.
Yeah, very cool.
Chris Corca with his Sister of Battle.
Awesome.
Yeah, it's very nice. I like that deep color to the armor.
Yeah. It's a great sort of deep green, but it's almost like the P3 coal black, but with a little bit more yellow in it than the coal black. But yeah, it looks really nice. I think Chris is doing these as like for himself. Chris usually does a lot of commission painting, but I'm pretty sure these are for his own army. But yeah, I'm loving so we've got the really dark green armor, the white accents, and then the face, using that face as a like the third color on it, is really cool. It's got that nice sort of ruddy richness to it. Yep.
Yes, the sisters
Very
are
nice.
my army.
Yep.
Very good.
Good work, Chris.
Looking
awesome.
nice.
Very
Cannot
cool.
deny. Chris Leonard with
Very cool.
another model. I don't know what this one. I really love the purple in this.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's very, very, very successful.
Well, you can tell it's evil because it's black, purple, and that like
Glowy green.
yeah, fluorescent green kind of thing. Those classic colors. But yeah, it's looking really nice. What were you going to say, Leona?
It reminds me of that character from the Cauldron, the Black Cauldron. He is very similar colors. Anyway.
Right. Cool.
Good stuff.
But no, I think Chris has done an excellent job here with those. I'm wondering, I think the skulls down the bottom look like the skulls from the GW sprue.
Oh, nice.
I'm kind of wondering if the skull up in his hand is also from that, and normally it's like an open hand. Or maybe it normally has a spell effect there. But, Chris Cox is saying...
Yes, the Horn King. Yes, thank you.
Yeah, there's a Reaper guy, right? I think
it might be. But yeah, no, it's looking very cool. Nice work, Chris. Looking great. Oh,
Dave Hummel?
need to zoom in on this a bit.
Okay.
So this is for Dave. Space Marines. Yep.
Here we go.
nice librarian.
Yeah. Librarian in the blue armor of Librarius. I don't know if Librarius isn't actually a word, but let's go with it. But the cool thing here as well is the green sort of power, like psychic power surge that's happening on the head of the staff there.
Right.
Echoed in the eyes of the librarian there. You can tell the powers coming out of his mind.
Matt says the staff is really nice.
Stuff is really nice. Yep, definitely looks cool.
And his fingers apparently also have the power.
Oh, yep, definitely. That's the conduit. But no, looking great there, Dave. Great work. I wonder how many librarians you have in your army now. I'm going to guess all of them. All of the librarians. But yeah, looking cool.
Graham with a bugbear from the
Reaper
USA
Bones.
range.
Excellent.
Yeah, that's the new Reaper Bones Black that they're making here in the U.S. That's the special May like promo model. It's really cool.
That is neat.
Great job on it.
I love that the even though Graham's got a lot of very desaturated colors there, you got a lot of the darker colors are to the outside of the model. So like the inside of that shield there, the dark metal and the chain for the weapon at the top.
Yeah.
And the sort of the darker fur on the lower part of the legs. Or is that armor? Can't quite tell, but it's darker anyway. So it kind of brings the focus into the center and around the head, and the that red tongue there just draws the eye right to the focal point.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, great work there, Graham. Nice
And
one.
the way that he's painted the teeth and the lip feel very cartoonish to me.
Right.
How they have like the black outline, which I'm sure he did intentionally, but
Yeah.
it was just it's kind of a fun.
It does, yeah. It has kind of that like the Looney Tunes wolf
Correct.
kind of feel.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
And
it's very successful. Blah.
Super successful, yeah, definitely. Looks great, Graham. Nice work. Sorry, Dave Humble says he has 14 librarians.
Oh wow.
Excellent. That's cool.
That's some good stuff.
Oh, JT's posted some more work in progress with Silent King. Yeah, looking very cool. I'm loving
I love that model.
Yeah, it is such a cool model. I'm loving the that really desaturated teal kind of color.
Mhm.
It means that it lets that the really bright, vibrant green sort of stand out. But it's just a great color. Very nice. So much work in that required in that model.
Yeah, I'm just noticing all the different parts to it.
Yep.
And then you have, zombie electrocuted person up here.
A shard of a star god, Leona. Come on.
Yeah, it's shot of a star god, zombie electrocuted person. It could be one or the other.
On the scale.
Yeah. But no, looking great. Coming along really nicely, JT.
It really is.
The color is Merfolk Turquoise from Army Painter. So
Very cool.
excellent. Definitely check that out. But yeah, nice one.
Looking good. Michael Gonzalez with a miniature, which he did not name, so I don't actually know where it's from.
This is from an old game from Simon called Wrath of Kings.
Yes, the House Technus folks or whatever.
Yep, House Technus. So it's obviously a wild sort of crazy octopus, but underneath
There's
there,
a head.
yeah, there's a head. There's actually a little body as well.
Nice.
so
Oh yeah,
that's
because he's holding the knife.
Yep, holding a huge sort of knife there, and the octopus. I can't remember if the original one has that sword at the front or if Michael's added that. But yeah, that's like a psychic child that has convinced the octopus that it'd be a good idea to carry him across the battlefield. And I think that just the big sort of brass piece wrapped in one on there, I think that's a bomb.
Wow.
So you basically race that thing forward and into the enemy lines and then explode.
Gotcha.
But quite apart from all of that, I think Michael's doing an excellent job here. I love the silver on the swords.
Mm-hmm.
Very cool. They look very sharp. But I love the that sort of bright pink insides of the tentacles there.
Yeah, it's interesting how it actually
Yeah,
kind of,
definitely.
from this angle, it helps frame the person inside.
Yeah.
It's actually quite clever.
Yeah, it definitely does. Microsoft.
Chris Gorka says, Wrath of Kings was such a cool looking range. Wish Simon did more with it.
Yep, me too. I actually just recently gave away my my house Nasir army. Sent it off to a friend of mine in Florida to play with. But yeah, they did some very cool stuff in that range. I actually have some House Gurizzi werewolves.
Oh, there we go.
Just happen to be lying on my desk here. There's all sorts of things you can find on this desk.
It's a magical place.
It is a magical place. But yeah, nice work, Michael. It looks great.
Looking good.
Excellent.
Nick Barbane with Baldur from Hordes.
That's a very cool job.
Yeah, I really like the set, like the very subdued browns and things on that model.
Yeah. Great. I think it's a great sort of non-metallic metals there. Give that that antiqued kind of look.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it looks great. But and obviously I'm loving the glowing blue. That kind of magical feel, particularly echoed there in the skull on the base.
I thought that was funny.
This giant, he's called the Stone Cleaver. That's his big stone weapon.
All right, awesome.
Gotcha.
That is cool. I love the armor style, like particularly the helmet style as well. Kind of almost Saleh helm. But yeah, Nick done an awesome job on that. Very nice. I'd like to see some more. Like to see some more of your Hordes models. Definitely send more of them to Leona. Or post them in the group as well. But yeah, very cool. Nice work.
1 inch heroes. Drew.
Drew Carrington has been painting up some.
Drew painting Drew Kari.
Drew Kari. The dark.
He has to.
He does, yeah. But yeah, these are looking very cool. Are these Venoms, Jeff? Is that what the?
Those are Venoms, yes.
Okay, so cool little skimmer jet bike transports. You can end up putting, I think you can carry like 5 Drukari on the back of each of those. But yeah,
I'm pretty sure they hold 5 guys.
Yeah. But these are looking really nice. Drew's got the very classic sort of edge highlighting style going on in these. They have a lot of those curved surfaces, and then all of the panels come together with those deep panel lines. So yeah, the edge highlighting look there is something you see on a lot of the Drukari models. He's done a really good job on there. I like like those reds.
Since they started calling the Dark Eldar the Drukari, Drukari, I just think of Drew Carey and Cleveland and Price is Right and lots of other things.
The Drew Carey Show.
Exactly.
Oh, that's funny.
It is funny. I haven't, I must admit, but I will now. But excellent. Nice work, Drew.
Looking good.
Stuff.
Roger Moore with some Denmark warriors from
Monumental.
Monumental. We were wondering.
I'm not familiar with Monumental.
Monumental, the board game.
Oh, okay.
So it's a board game. I don't know if all of the models that Roger's been posting are from the base game, but
yeah,
I think there are some expansions that they might have, but I can't remember who did it. Roger, if you're in the chat still, let us know who made Monumental. But can you zoom in on those, Leona?
Yes, I can. Here.
Very cool. You got that fantasy Nordic look with the big beards and horned helms.
Yeah, very cool.
Looking very neat. The hero characters from this, Jeff, are super cool. They got some great variety in the hero characters.
And they're Funforge, apparently.
Funforge.
Okay.
But yeah.
Yes,
Excellent
we did see all the hero characters. That was really cool.
Yeah. Awesome.
Nice beard color change.
Yep. Nice gray beard, brown beards, red beards. Very cool. Nice work, Roger. They look great. Josh said, "What did Dave say about Sally's helm?" Didn't say anything. Facebook user there must be Nick. I think.
Oh, cool. Yeah.
Kind words. Always loved Hordes and War Machine both, and playing a lot of them. Oh,
Very
okay.
cool.
So on Facebook, he's posted work in progress. Definitely cool. Yeah, excellent. Look forward to seeing more. Oh, good. So now let's zoom in on Sean's Adeptus Titanicus Legion. Oh my goodness, so many Titans.
Is there one in particular you want me to zoom in?
No, but we've been watching Sean's progress on his.
Oh, true. This guy, right? No, this.
I'm not sure he has the. I don't think so. It's been on his War Master.
Yeah, he's
Meaning,
not here.
But no, seeing all these, all the different sort of slightly like heraldic versions of the chevron.
Right.
Yeah.
Very nice.
In the red and white there. They're looking very cool.
Now I need you to recreate this entire thing in 40K scale.
What would that be? I have enough knights. I've got enough knights done to match that, but I don't have enough of the. No, I've only got 3 Titans. But yeah, this looks great, Sean. It's very cool.
Yeah, this is very
very
impressive.
nice.
Yeah, it's great to see it all together. Looks excellent.
Very, very impressive.
Nice one.
Also, it looks like Dave Hummel is having some issues with the internet, so he's joining on the phone now.
No.
Stephen MacDonald with a Nagashi Lord of Death.
Oh, Nagash. Oh, Nagash. Just
Oh, yeah.
Nagash. Oh, excuse me. I put an I.
He's done the Nagash on the throne with lots of stuff swirling around him. Very nice.
That is very cool. Yeah, if you can zoom in on that. You can see his. Yep, there we go.
There he is.
Yeah, that's a great conversion.
Yeah, very nice.
So, which throne would have used there, Jeff? Do you think?
Probably the Mage Right throne, that little terrain piece they did.
Okay, for the death.
It came out with originally back when Storm of Magic was a thing. Remember they did those like the vortexes and the
Okay.
different things. Yeah,
Oh, right. Okay. One of those.
that's what I would imagine. That it's just a big giant throne, but
That'd be perfect. So there would have been a lot of cutting and reshaping to
sure.
get him to sit down on that. But yeah, looking very cool. Nice. And again, purple and
Green makes evil and some bone.
Makes him evil.
it's covered in lots of bones and skulls. Evil. But yeah, excellent work, Stephen. It looks
I
great.
see Sean Gleason mentioned in the chat that it'd be thousands of dollars in 40K, probably referring back to the Knights. Sadly, it's thousands of dollars to do it in Adeptus Titanicus scale. Considering each one of those Titans is $100-some.
But yeah, excellent. But yeah, it would be tens of thousands of
Tens of thousands, yes, and
But yeah, but it would be super cool to see it all.
it would be great.
We're not saying you have to, but we're saying we could.
It'd be awesome. But yeah, no, that looks great, Stephen. Nice work. Who's next?
Steve?
Steve Soltis. Oh, is this which
The Psychomancer, I think it's called for the Necron. There's so many Necrons character now.
you say Technomancer?
Psychomancer.
Icomancer.
I think this is the crazy like psionic one with the like the skeletal face that it's materializing out of its.
Yeah, that looks great. Yeah, the I guess the the energy being controlled and turned into that skull is great.
Yeah, very cool.
Yeah, so much more. The characters are so much more dynamic in this current set of releases for Necrons. When I say current,
You don't like 16 different guys standing with staff as in previous iterations.
Staff in this hand, staff in this hand, staff
Right.
orb, just the orb. Yeah, I'm not saying they were bad, but they weren't as dynamic as these new ones are.
They definitely felt like the same like horde of robot. Like we're all dudes.
Yep. For sure.
I really like the layering that has been done here with the light orange.
Yep.
On top of the like burnt color. It's really nice.
Yeah. Yep.
It makes it feel very hot.
Yeah, it's got a great depth to it, doesn't it? And yeah, and the glow as well that Steve's put on there, looking very cool. An awesome job. Nice work, Steve.
Very good. And so that is all the minis.
Great stuff.
Excellent.
Very cool models.
Good job, everyone. We really enjoyed looking at them. There were some really good pieces this week.
JT said, I remember back in 3rd edition when Necrons had no special characters at all. That's true. They had Necron warriors and they had scarabs, which are the
immortals, and the destroyers were just the dudes sitting in the little chairs.
Oh yeah. Yep. The bath chairs.
Right.
But yeah, and they're all metal. And, yeah, I remember those back in the day.
Back
But
in the
awesome
day.
stuff. Very cool. I'm wondering which part I should. Right. I'm going to make a slight switch up. I'm going to paint some of the sort of the trim, the metallic trim around it, just to show people how I did that. And I can go back and paint the rest of the model at another stage. And by another stage, I mean tomorrow. We'll do that.
Jeff, how has your progress been going?
I'm painting lots of little spines on wings.
Oh, I see
All
them.
the little the detail of the wing spines to get them to stand out. So the wings have a lot of. He decided to fly away like Dave's model. He has a lot of really good wing texture. The texture is really good on the wings on these guys.
Yeah, I see it.
So they take washes really well. And
Cool.
then I tried to do the similar wash like on the feet to kind of that like blending down of the lower leg.
Yeah.
And then
Looks nice.
I'm always backwards when I'm holding this thing to the camera. And then the face and the ears kind of continuing that same color.
What color is that you're using for that?
So that is it's a couple stages of washes of Seraphim Sepia, then Reichland Flesh Shade over top of it to give it the reddish color.
Gotcha. Yeah, it's looking really nice.
Yep.
With all those veins and things.
Very cool texture.
Very veiny. Very vampire-y.
Yep.
No glitter and sparkles on these vampires.
I will say that I was kind of surprised. I've been kind of surprised over the last couple of weeks when I've been chatting with my friends that I'm going to do this Soul Black Gravelords army with, or team tournament with. We tend to talk a lot in GIFs.
Yes.
And there are a lot of bat and wolf GIFs. So when you're working with vampires, you got the stuff to use.
You're like, let me tell you, the internet, great place.
It's full of gifs about bats. So,
I've been inspired by the final season of Castlevania on Netflix, which was a fantastic cartoon
Nice.
adaptation they did off the video game. And wanting to do lots more with crazy vampires. And
are you
in
going
the show, they have what they just refer to as night creatures, which are just the hordes of weird creatures that the vampires use as cannon fodder. And they're kind of like demons summoned into bodies but they're everything from weird, three-legged monsters to, wing things. And they're very almost Chaos Spawn-like.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
It's like somebody's put all the parts in a big bag and shaken it up.
Yeah, there's just lots of really weird demonic monster kind of beasts.
Cool. That's neat. I was going to ask, you're going to be focusing on a particular bloodline for your army, but then I thought probably have stuff that you could do all of the bloodlines with.
Yeah, I think for now I'm going to probably do some Avengori stuff. I like the monster bits.
Cool.
I have lots of painted old school vampires like blood dragons and necrarchs and things from back in the day.
Right.
My newest debate is because that's the only army that I've kept on square bases from back in Warhammer times.
Yeah.
Mainly because the skeletons are all so fragile that I'm worried of popping them off are going to just break legs left and right.
Right.
But I still keep thinking about it.
I think that's fair. Okay.
Nick says, I heard rumors about that studio who did Castlevania possibly working on Devil May Cry next. Who knows?
I don't like anime as a general rule, but the fact that it's just anime style with a very American storytelling bent has been really good because the story's been really detailed and in depth without the typical anime like hijinks of like bulgy eyes, like, crazy.
That's fair.
It's the kidifying. I mean, I know they're very serious stories in Japan, but like too often anime over here becomes the kind of very silly.
Yeah.
At least the anime my 12-year-old watches is like that. And I'm like, I don't get it. I'm
Yeah.
too old.
Well, and it's one of those things where, I feel like with most genres, there's always good stories that you probably will enjoy, but it might take you a while to find them. So is it worth your time to be like, let me sort through all the anime I don't like? It's like, no, you don't have to. It's okay. So is Castlevania like finished now?
Yes, this was the final season. They've ended this. The story has wrapped up.
See, I'm bad, and now I'll probably watch it because I don't like to watch series when they're ongoing.
It's really good. It's very adult. It's very violent, and there's some language and everything else. But it's a very, very well done story. Which is, normally any sort of adaptations of something video game related is usually kind of crappy.
Yeah.
So this was refreshing that it was so well done and a really good story. It had a good voice cast too.
That's good.
The main characters are voiced by Richard Armitage, Thorin from the Hobbit movies, and James Callis, who played Baltar on the new Battlestar.
Okay.
And trying to remember who else is in the cast. There's a couple other folks. Graham McTavish, who's been in a few things. Some really good folks in the cast.
Was Graham McTavish also in The Hobbit?
Yeah, didn't he play somebody like?
Okay.
Wasn't he
one of the other dwarves?
One of the other dwarves, yeah. The fighty dwarf.
Oh, the one with the axe in his head?
No, the one with the big hammer.
Oh, okay. I can't remember which one that was.
Oh, the really big one?
Yeah.
Ooh. Boring. I don't know.
I could probably name Dallin, Ballin, Biffer, Buffer, Bofer, Keely, Feely. Like,
Yep. You can name them all, but then you can't actually like translate them to which ones they were on screen.
I think it was Ballin. I think it was Ballin.
Huh?
Well, Ballin's the old man one because he goes off to Diane Moria.
Right.
And I think it's Dwalin.
Dwalin. Okay.
Maybe.
Kat says, bad language and violence. No, it would corrupt our sweet Leona. I'm just dying over here. That's hilarious.
That's true.
Timothy says, I watched The Promised Neverland with my daughter and it was really good and super dark. Yes, that is a very dark yes, about demons that use orphanages to raise children as cattle. Yeah, that's a really dark anime. It's super horror oriented. So watched the first season of that and then I was like, I don't want to watch that anymore. Oh yes, thank you, Kat. It was Dwalin. Cool.
Right. Cool.
I got the Allen part right.
There was usually an Allen or an Ofer or a Biffer.
Really.
Or Ely.
Yeah, or an Ely, exactly.
From. An Ain.
Oh my gosh.
But, okay, so.
Whoop, don't worry. Wow, that's looking awesome.
So basically, once I've gone through and painted so I'll go through and paint all of the marble on the other sections as well. But then I go along and frame them with black first. Get that all.
Yeah, that looks great.
Just cleans everything up really nicely around those edges. And then I use some Vallejo hammered copper. And where is it? It was right here. There it is. Some glorious gold from the game color range as well. Oh, while I'm shaking, I'll show you guys something that arrived today.
Oh yes, I'm excited. Oh, Chris Crocus says Cowboy Bebop is the only one I can recommend. Not a bad one. And Josh Potter said, as a rule, anime, if I can't watch it with my grandma, I don't watch it. Also, my grandma is dead. So sad.
Gosh.
So sad.
It's a vortex mixer.
Ooh. Oh yeah, very cool.
Vortex mixer from Mini Masterworks, which arrived to my place today. So I'm going to plug it in and we'll see if it comes through in the sound. Let me know.
If you have headphones on like me, it will.
So be ready because it's going to vibrate a little bit. So I'm going to take the paint.
Okay.
Are we ready? And there we go. So I can stop doing this now.
You don't have to be like.
Stop getting painter's wrist.
Yeah. No motion blur.
So super excited by that.
Yeah, I'm gonna need one of those.
I also got the Mini Masterworks glass paint agitators. So these are little balls that I can put inside the paint pots that are glass, so they aren't going to corrode. And originally when I looked at it, it was like, that's not 50 in there. And then when I opened it up and started pouring it out, it was like, oh no, there's 50 in there. So pretty crazy. But very excited about getting to go through all of my paints and shake them. I think if you use your paints regularly, you don't need to do it too much, but we'll show you this. I think you can see that. The separation there.
Yes, sir.
It's on the Privateer Press. This is Rin Flesh from the P3 range.
Let's hit the mixer.
Get the mix. Let's check it out. Ready?
Hit it.
Oh.
Hit it.
And you broke it.
Hit it.
I might have broken it. I might have unplugged it accidentally. No, there we go.
So you typically do it cap down? Is that the way it's supposed to be?
The way I've seen it used online has been cap down.
Ooh,
Perfectly mixed.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
but I guess with these you can do it. You can do it either way. But it has a little divot in the middle. It has suction cups on the bottom as well, which is pretty cool to stop from moving around. But it has a little divot in the middle, so when you're using the dropper bottles.
That's very cool.
So neat. Now I should get back to painting, right?
Neato, neato.
Are you doing skeletons in your part of the vampires, Dave?
Yeah, we're doing. I'll have one unit of death rattle skeletons, and at the moment, I think my plan is to have one unit of skeletons, one unit of zombies, because I'm doing like 1,000 points for it. So 20 skeletons, 20 zombies, 10 direwolves, and 5 blood knights, plus Radakar the beast. But
Doing rusty armor for any of those new skeletons, I highly recommend the P3 Deathless Metal.
Deathless Metal.
It's kind of tin bits, like old school tin bits. And it gives a good under color for good rust effects.
Right. Cool.
Sean had a question about the mixer.
Yep.
Do GW paint pots fit?
Yep. Hang on a second. You can do basically use it exactly the same way. Just there's a little the part that shakes inside here is a switch as well. So when you push down on it, it switches on. When you push down on it again, it switches off. So, but yeah, you can just switch it on and hold on to it. It's basically the same way as I did with the P3 paint there. And you can pop the agitator beads in there too. So, but yeah, they definitely work as well. So it's nice. But as I said, I got it today, so I'll use it over the next couple of weeks and let you folks know if what I think of it. Because I know that we've been asked about it before on the show, whether we've used
Definitely.
So.
If I'm not sure it's that one exactly, but definitely some of them.
Yeah.
People have asked about.
That vortex mixer.
What's a good vortex mixer?
But yeah, I think at the moment they are available from the Mini Masterworks site. Excellent. But now to quickly get some paint on this. So we still have plenty of time though. Okay. How's your painting going there, Leona?
Pretty well. I'm enjoying it, actually.
Yeah. Is that like the first time you've been able to say that?
I was enjoying painting Mr. Arkin. That was fun. But with my... Here we go. Here I am. My camera is not perfect, but
right.
You can really see how it contrasts.
Yep.
I basically put like a light gray at the bottom of his cloak.
Right.
And in person, I actually really like how it looks. So
does it look? Do you feel that on camera it looks a little bit more contrasty than it actually is?
Correct.
Right.
Yeah, on camera it looks very contrasty. Like you can see that gray line right there.
Yeah.
But in person,
yeah. Excellent.
I think it looks kind of cool to have the light at the bottom of his cloak.
Well,
to almost be like dust or something.
Yeah.
That's kind of what I'm...
Additional sort of... That's the bottom of the cloak is always where it's going to wear the most.
Yeah, I realized it's looking more lifelike went with that there.
Yeah.
So
I think that's cool. Definitely good.
yeah, I've just been kind of building that up layer on layer. Kat says that's a very strange looking polar bear. Yeah, I kind of gave up on Mr. Polar Bear because I really don't know where to move forward from here. Like, I 100% know if I add more color, I'm going to mess him up. So,
You're going to do that off camera.
yeah, I'll do that off camera. I won't mess him up on camera. Because basically, you know how we've been talking about, you can either start at a high, like at the highest shade that you want, or start at the darkest shade. And I really think it would have probably been better to start this guy at a darker shade and then build up.
Right.
I'm convinced that that's probably the best way to do this model.
We'll have to get you another owl bear.
Yeah.
You can try it. Try it that way.
And so what I'm kind of thinking is I could go back over him and just create dark and then put the light on build from there, but
yeah. I think as you sort of paint more and more and you become more comfortable with your painting, you get a really good feel for which way you usually prefer.
Right.
You might find that you usually prefer starting at the darkest end of the scale and working your way up. And I think I did that with my painting for the longest time. Like 20 years of that. But I think probably over the last 5 or 6 years, I've moved, my painting moves around quite a bit. Sometimes I start with a black undercoat and work up. Other times it's with a white and work down. Work back.
Well, I know we've talked about it before, but I feel like black primer sometimes kind of covers mistakes. Like, you don't have to be as accurate
right
with some of your shadows and things because the black kind of fills in the gaps.
Yeah.
Or like you don't have to be so concerned about the way that you're layering because the black will cover it. Basically, it'll hide it for you. It'll make it look good.
Yeah, that can be a thing.
Jason said, mess it up. You can't do anything that a good dry brush won't fix.
Yep.
Kat says, Leona, do not let the bear defeat you. You are stronger, bigger, and better than it.
Yeah.
It's defeated me. No, it hasn't defeated me. It's just that
it's giving you pause.
I think I might just have to.
That was a safety level.
Oh, that was good. That was good. It's given me pause. It has.
Yep.
I think I honestly might just repaint him with a different base color.
Okay. That's
yep.
Cool.
Jason said, I spotted my snowy owlbear the same thing you did. I had to redo all the spots. Yeah. Good stuff.
Okay. I'm going to hold it up and have a look. Okay. So all of that trim, I painted it with the
oh, that was great.
The what do you call it? Hammered copper. So hammered copper is very cool because it's got a little bit of purple in it and it's got a little bit of the gold sort of feel in it already.
Yeah, I like that a lot.
So, but yeah, it looks like it's on camera there. It looks like it's been highlighted already, but it hasn't. It's a flat color. Wild.
Very cool.
So, but yeah, and now I'll go in with and highlight with the glorious gold. One thing I did with some of the areas on the rest of the model where I had gold, like on the gun shield there.
Mm-hmm.
In the shadows, I actually mixed some of the hexed lichen purple in with the hammered copper.
Okay.
To add the purple into the
Oh, okay.
which works really nicely on gold. But yeah, so that was fun. Normally I'd put like paint like a wash or a glaze with really thin purple into it. But this time I was like, I'm going to try mixing it in. It mixed neatly, which was cool. Excellent. Okay. We all gone quiet because we're super focused.
Yes.
Nice.
I'm painting skulls.
Yeah.
It's very relaxing.
Are you doing the face on Arkan now?
Yeah, Arkin has all these skulls on his face, and I've just been painting. I'm just kind of adding some more color to them.
Excellent.
It's very easy to make skulls look very nice.
Yeah. I was going to say to everybody, one of the things the thing that Leona is doing tonight, which is working on 3 different models, it's cool because as you go through, if you find something that's kind of thumped you can move on to something else. But you can also go through and just paint the parts that you're going to enjoy the most.
Yeah.
In the models. And then you can put them aside and deal with the other stuff later.
I've had enough of this. I'm moving on to the other part.
Yep. I'm not going to say I have a lot of models on my desk that are half painted. But so we're all agreed it's a good technique, right?
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely.
Cool.
Because I think it was last episode where I was like, wait a minute, when I have multiple models, I can just do whatever I want on them. This is awesome.
Yeah.
And then slowly but surely, they all sort of get done.
Yep. That's the way. Particularly if you don't have any deadlines
Yes.
for your painting.
Josh asks, what is the thought behind using purple to shade your gold/bronze? I've used brown, but have not thought about adding other colors.
Josh, that's going back to the color wheel and contrasting colors. So gold, if you think of gold as yellow, so yellow and purple are opposite each other. So putting the purple into shading the gold is good. Just the same as putting green into shading your red. Gives you a little bit more depth as well. And with bronze, something like a deep greenish blue works well because bronze has got a lot of there's a lot of red in there, so the green works against it, and the orange is balanced by the blue. So that's why I like to use P3, the coal black from P3 for that because it's got that great greenish kind of blue. So that's why whenever I do bronze sort of stuff, it's on the back here. Those two. Oh no, you could. Kind of the 2 pieces in the middle that have the skull and cogs. That's like brassy brass, and tinny tin and brassy brass with a wash of the coal black over it. So it does a nice job of sort of dulling it down and adding that depth into the shading. So that's the theory behind the purple into the gold.
Makes sense to me.
I think it works quite nicely.
Oh, interesting. Chris says, if you look at the power axe of the Iron Priest I posted, the shadows are red on the green blade.
Right. Yep. Cool.
Gotcha.
Excellent. And
Nick says, definitely good to have multiple projects. Here's another one I have that I'm painting. My partner, since he loves Krampus.
excellent.
Oh, can't click that link right now, but I will in a little bit.
Yeah. I'll have to do it live. But no, very cool. Thanks for that. We'll check those out. Share that. So that's how it's looking with the gold highlights.
Oh, nice.
And that is sort of just hitting highlights. So the underneath is still the hammered copper. And now I'm going to add a little bit of the Army Painter's Shining Silver into the gold to do some of the edge highlights on.
Also, I almost forgot, but we should look at the Gretchen's Mini.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I've lost my mind. Okay, so last week Gretchen was painting or finishing up painting her miniature, the Frost Giant from Epic Encounters.
Yep.
So here's some shots of like the finished product that I wanted to show everyone before I announce the winner of our giveaway.
Yep, that does look really cool. I think one of my favorite parts of it are the frostbitten toes.
Yeah.
You've done some great work on there, and of course the axe, the
And
frost.
I realized she's added some glistening blood here for the heads.
Nice.
Which is cool. Here's like the back. And I think you can actually see she's added a little bit of glitter. Just a little bit for the snow.
Hint of glitter.
For the snow.
Yep.
There's the deer.
Yep.
Here's his beard. Now you can see more of the white for the beard.
Yep.
Some splatter. He's a rough guy. There's a lot of detail on this guy.
Yeah. Yeah. He looks great.
All the Epic Encounters line has been really cool. The next one coming is the giant snake and the snake people.
Oh, wow. Oh, yeah. And then she also sent a picture of Calcifer, who she had to go take to the vet today. Thought that was cute.
Excellent.
Ba-da-ba-bum. So, who's going to win this? Last week we did a giveaway where people were typing in #gargantuan, and the official winner is Josh Potter.
No
You
way!
are the winner of the Epic Encounters giveaway. And once we get it back in studio, we'll send it to you.
Yep. So, when's that going to be? That's at the moment. It's looking like a few more weeks.
Yes,
Just to get
it's going to be a few more weeks until it all comes together. And what I'll try and do actually is bring the base home so that I can just base it up a little bit. Because right now it's just black.
Yeah, cool. That would be neat. Congratulations, Josh.
So
Yes,
yeah,
very nice.
Good stuff. That's cool. Oh, I think what would also be neat is once the studio is all set up before we go in there, if you do like a video walkthrough and post it in, then we can see it.
Yes.
Is it going to be in a different building or?
Yeah, it's in a different building. It's just down the road.
We're at HQ, yeah?
At HQ, yes.
HQ. Very good. Excellent. Okay, and there.
Oh, that looks good.
So that's the gold with
Yeah.
this final sort of edgy highlights, which is a mix of glorious gold and shining silver.
Nice.
Very cool.
Now I'll punch a little bit of that purple into the shadows. Oh, give me a sec.
Okay.
There it is.
It was just the way that you were like, give me a sec. Like we weren't actually waiting for you.
Oh, that's fine. I wasn't expecting you to. I knew you were going to move straight on and do other things, but I just did notice that we have like 4 minutes left. So I need to rush this. Rush. Very cool. Okay. But yeah, Josh, a little bit of subtle purple in the shadows. Really add to the depth of it.
Timothy asks, are you leaving the inside of the gold like that looks like a marble almost? What?
Yeah.
You missed the earlier discussion. It's all supposed to be marble.
Yep. So yeah, just going through and painting all of the. There's a whole bunch of areas on there where you can see the veins that have been painted through. So I'm painting all of. Going to be painting the marble parts first, and then I'll go through and do all of the gold. It's quite nice to do. There's just this little section to show you guys, so that when I do actually go back through and paint all of the gold, it's gonna be so much gold. It's gonna take forever. So I'm gonna paint it black, then the hammered copper, then highlight with the glorious gold, mix, and then the shading. So it'll be worth it at the end, for sure.
Sing and dance.
Hmm?
I said sing and dance. That's what you're going to have to do. Very cool, he says. Ah, yes. Enjoy the rest of the night. I'll miss next week's stream on vacation. Well, have a good vacation, JT.
Yeah.
We're basically finishing up.
Very cool. Okie dokie.
Show us
There we
the-
go.
Looking good.
Purple.
Oh, I see the purple. Yeah.
Yeah, I
It
like
looks
that.
good.
Yeah, so because this is Slanesh, and Slanesh is the god of excess, I wanted it to be really flashy. And I think the marble and gold definitely sort of bring that out
Yeah.
with the
Oh,
reed
here we
purple.
go. Sorry.
So,
Dang.
I can't fit it in. It's so big.
That looks really cool.
So
Too big.
in the end, it stands over 12,
Oh boy.
12 and a half inches tall. So,
It's just gigantic.
it is ridiculous.
He's a big guy.
Yeah. There we go.
Oh, good to see you, Kat. This has been great fun and good for my painting soul. Not sure when I'll get another Thursday off. Oh, thanks for joining, Kat. Really appreciated it.
Thanks for joining us, Kat. Sorry I didn't have a paint holder big enough to hold this guy.
Oh, yeah. That's so
But,
good.
Yep. So there we go.
So yeah, thank you to everyone who's been joining us, commenting, chatting with us. It was good to see you all, hear from you, check in. Thank you, Jeff, for joining.
Always a
For
pleasure. I'm glad to
tonight.
be here.
Definitely cool.
Chill painting stream, hanging out, talking about vampires.
Talking about vampires.
It's been good. So if you guys are interested in joining us, we will be here next week. Painting Happy Little Minis, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We'll be here painting from our respective places again.
Yep.
And be sure, if you'd like us to talk about your miniatures on the show, there is a link in that the MooBot has been spitting out. But there's a link that you can submit to Google Forms. You can find it on our Instagram, or you can also post in the group. I'll be making sure to make like a weekly post and have people comment their photos, and I'll grab them as well. So make sure you do that if you want us to chat about your mini or talk about it a little bit, or if you have questions, ways to paint or something like that. So,
Yep.
Yes. Okay.
That's
Sorry.
Bye. Vampire says bye. He's basically done. I just have to finish his base.
Yep. Very cool.
Nice.
Excellent.
He's looking great.
Nice. And you said they're out of stock at the moment?
They are out of stock at the moment, yes.
Okay.
No.
As soon as they come back in, let me know.
I will, definitely. They're also available in the one of the Start Collecting boxes, I think, has them too.
Oh, yeah.
If you need a big Terrorgeist and all that, I think they're in there with them.
And the fletched quartz. Yeah.
Yes.
Probably not. Cool.
Cool.
Excellent.
All right.
Well, Jeff, I will see you on bright and early on Saturday morning to pick up.
Yeah.
I'm off this weekend, so I will not see you.
Okay.
Well, I might. I'll probably be by at some point in time. I'm always there. It's like I never escape.
Good stuff. All right. See you all next week.
See you guys. Thanks.
Bye.